What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tres Caídas Podcast, Spooktober episode 2. Today, you guys are going to be getting about 2 stories, probably more or less, depending on how we're doing on time. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So it all starts at the store. It's funny how I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of these stories, by the way. It's going to be all store related. But this is a story of the nun that went in and never left. And it starts a regular day. To be exact, if I'm not wrong, it was a Wednesday or Thursday. Probably a Friday. But little did we know that the day was just starting. But we had no idea that when it started, it was going to end differently. I'm going along my way, helping customers left and right. My boss as well, helping customers left and right. Until a little nun walks into the store and says, "Mijo, ¿dónde tienen la paleta payaso?" So I show her where we had that individual item at. So there I am helping her out, and then she asked me a question. "Mijo, can I borrow your bathroom, please?" So I show her where it's at. She goes and does her business. Keep in mind, the store is full, so I'm helping customers find their candies, find their goods, and everything that they're looking for. Party supplies and everything. As time goes by, I realize, hey, the nun never left. So I go and tell my boss, and to my surprise, he says, "I thought she left." So she says, "Go check the bathroom." I'm like, "No, you go check. I'm scared to go." At the end of the day, I ended up going, and to my surprise, she wasn't there. So I said, "Oh, maybe she did leave." But the funny thing is, I was at the front the whole time. Maybe I'm like, "Oh, maybe she left with other customers." As time went by, we had no clue. We had no idea what was going on. So we checked the cameras. And when we checked the cameras, she wasn't even there and she was gone. So we checked the footage from when she came into the store and kept a track on her. When we were checking out the footage, one of the cameras wasn't even working. Camera had malfunctioned, and when she passed by in front of it, she disappeared. Ever since that day, we've had a lot of stuff happen at the store. Recently, up till today, we haven't had much. But when it first happened, we had a lot of activity. We had things falling off the shelves. We had things flying across the shelves. We had a bunch of things happen. Crazy people walked into the store. Funny things would happen. Weird things would happen. Until one day, I went on vacation on a weekend trip getaway to the valley. So we went to the valley. We stopped at a church named San Juan. And we bought some souvenirs for our friends and family. So we gave my boss a little bottle of holy water, which she placed in the entrance by the register. She leaves it there one day over the weekend, and when we come back, to our surprise, it's half empty and on the floor. Keep in mind, the bottle was full and it was sealed. We still have no idea what it was or what it could have been. For all we know, it could have been a roach, but then we realized, wait, that's too heavy for a roach to knock over. We checked the cameras. To our surprise, we saw nothing. But when we showed up, it was on the floor and halfway empty. That's one experience that we've had there at the store. Here goes the other one. As many of y'all know, there is the Old Mercy Hospital. For those of you who don't know what it is, here's the clip.
Old Mercy Hospital, located in Laredo, Texas. In 1894, 2 Sisters of Mercy arrived in Laredo that year and established the city's very first hospital. Most of the patients were women and children fleeing from domestic abuse. And this hospital showing on the video opened in 1954. It was the largest public hospital and played a major role in trauma care and medical training. However, it unexpectedly shut down in 1999. Sisters of Mercy Health System could no longer meet the hospital's financial and capital needs. The facility was sold to Community Health Systems in 2003, and the hospital itself has been abandoned since. Now, it's been said that the hospital is haunted. By day, the building stands empty. Broken windows, paint peeling, overgrown grass, and silence everywhere. But at night, folks say there are whispers and corridors where no one walks. Echoes of the screams of the dead. They hear slamming doors in the long, abandoned wings. At the morgue, they say voices rise when the moon hits high. A little girl's apparition is seen on the floors, where she wanders crying. People trespass only for videos, but when cameras roll, faces appear in doorways and ghosts in mirrors. Comment down below to share your experiences.
So the story goes as follows. On a dark night, a couple of friends of mine decided to go into the Old Mercy Hospital before they boarded up the front doors again. They snuck in and they started walking around, and they thought they saw the devil. What had happened was they went exploring, did the stupid shit like other people do. Have fun, enjoy, smoke pot, and drink beer. So they're having their fun and everything, and they said, let's go to the morgue. One of their friends, which will remain anonymous, said, hell no, I am not trying to get possessed. Little did they know that they were going to encounter the devil a little later tonight. So they were there having their fun, playing around, goofing off, and they went to the morgue. Eventually they found it. The door was blocked off and they opened it one way or another. They're in there and they get a very bad presence feeling there. One said, hey, can we get out of here? It feels kind of weird. The other said, nah, it's just probably you. One of them caught the chills and said, nah, let's get out of here. I'm getting the chills. And then the other friend said, we're just getting started. Let's have some fun. So they're there smoking pot, having fun. One thing leads to another. One of them says, it smells very, 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 very bad. Almost like death type smell. One of them says, I agree. Can we leave now? As soon as they start to leave, the door swings shut. And to their surprise, they say that they saw a weird shape-like creature sitting there, looking right at them. They all panic and eventually they get a chance to run. They run and run and run and run and eventually they make it out of the Mercy Hospital. Until today, they've been scared to go back. One of us asked them playing around, hey, let's go to the Mercy Hospital. And one of them said, no, I am never going back. Whatever's in there will murder you. And ever since then, they've never gone back. And that's the end of this episode. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us all over the social media. And until the next episode, guys.